My name is Felicity Love, and I represent all that is light and love. And this piece is called A Wake-Up Call to My Sisters. My sisters, I am so very concerned about you and the things that you are allowing to put yourselves through. Don't think that I speak from something that I haven't experienced myself. You see, a lot of us make the mistake of placing our happiness in the hands of someone else. We know we are with a man that is no good for us, and we are spiritually dying. Outside, we may smile and laugh, but inside, we're crying. And a lot of us are afraid because we're scared of change. You see, my sister, don't dwell in negativity nor try to place blame. You see, the truth of the matter is that we all have a choice to leave or to stay. Yet we find so many reasons to put it off day after day. We're stagnant and fearful because we don't know which way to go. Confused and torn, oftentimes our self-esteem low. Trying desperately to make it work because we think he's the man we adore. Time and time of abuse and neglect, we keep coming back for more. Clinging to something that is a worthless task. Why are you doing this to yourself is the question you should ask. And misery and tears is what consumes your world. Shake it off, my sisters. Grow up, little girls. Love don't live here. It never did, for it is long gone away. And it is time to make a change, starting with today. It's time to realize that you're in love with a boy, not a man. Pack it up, leave him, have yourself a plan. You see, my sisters, we deserve to be loved and treated with respect. It's time to analyze this situation with the reality check. For tomorrow you may not be here. Today you could breathe your last breath. So start screaming, give me life, instead of dying a slow death. And a lot of us have children, and they should be taken into consideration, which is all the more reason to change the situation. You see, our babies, they suffer from the choices that we, as their mothers, make. It's time to check out this picture and correct the mistake. So if you have a daughter, let her see her mother as positive, strong, and in depth. And let her know that there are limits as to what she should accept. And if you have a son, let him see you as a strong woman that has a backbone, so they can grow up to be men, be respectful, stand tall and strong. You see, my sisters, we become so accustomed to pain that it seems to be all we know. So if you're gonna have a man, have one that allows you to grow. You see, my sisters, it's normal to be happy and to smile, something you haven't been able to do in quite a while. You see, there are good men out there if you would just allow yourselves to see that there is so much more to life than abuse and negativity. So listen closely, my sisters. It is time to take a stand. It is time to throw out that trash and take care of yourself, build your self-esteem, love yourself immensely. And I promise when the time is right, God will send you a good man. And that's that piece.
My name is Jason Frisbee. Jay Frizz is what they call me. And I've been inspired by so many of the other performers around me that I've been blessed with this gift. It's only right that I give back to all of you. So this here is what makes up the best of me. Now, some of this may come off as a little cheesy, but believe me, this right here, this is just the best of me. Now, if only I had the energy of, say, a true king. Or if I sounded more like Jason Pure when he sing. I really regret not putting in work tirelessly like the way Shay Z rehearses. Then maybe I could create in the way like when TJ paints verses. Now if truth be told, Lady V has me on the eve of utopia. And if I ever had any fear or phobia, it would be if I ever stopped telling you the undisputed truth. Well, I said it's one fear, but it's actually two. The other would be if I lost my ability. And what my mind lost, I wasn't able to recoup. Well, then thankfully, Tyrone has cooked up some alphabet soup. Or maybe some words from Vitamin D would help me. Because I never want to stop repping my mic what Moss Bishop would tell me. I can only admire how much Jeff the Verb can remember and how fast he can recite it. And how the photography of Hugging Poet and VIP is just priceless. When I hear technique speak, I sit up in my seat. I pay attention to the words because the story is deep. Same thing with Adon Bean, who's a member of the Remnant. His words come together beautiful and classical, like a painting from Rembrandt. And from when I first heard Abstract CIM, I've always remembered. You know, when I performed down here for the very first time, I was standing right there on the stage of Urban Grind. And though I knew this poem for years, I still forgot my lines, and Infrared was the host, and he gave me the time to cycle through all the pages of my mind. And though I recovered, my debut was pretty low-key, but I was able to move on and perfected a Java Monkey. It was all in preparation, because I heard so much about Lady V. And I was told if I want to be known and I want my words to reach, then I better bring my best when I perform at Her and Leach. And there, I finally met this Nubian. Because I was told she was great, but I never had seen her. And that night's incredible feature was one Miss Evelyn Keener. Now, I'm kind of straying off subject, so let me just get back to what I was trying to say. What if I had a heavenly voice like Natasha Noel, or of course Nikki Gray? Or for the male side of the story, could only wish I could do it like Bright Sun, but that's his territory. You know, I don't know who's been the greatest teacher for me. Yo Sister, Divine Rhymes Last Forever, Journey, or Felicity. And Mr. Fun teaches me to promote and be free. Now, Dichotomy, Amina, and Doriana have reached levels that many would never grasp. And you know, many a times I've told Nate Mask, I wish I could reach the place at which his mind's expanded, because he can take any subject and command it. And even if I have a poem in mind and I've already planned it, I can never be as funny or witty, so I stay with the cards I was handed. Now, in case you misinterpret and think I'm feeling worthless, no, I'm just giving my respects to those who deserve it. See, no one person is a total package. So from different places, I pick up different pieces. Because I think there's a void in the love spread, so the poetry world needs this. Now, sorry I've dropped so many names, but how else can I explain the impact each individual was made along the way? Now, this is just my PSA to make sure I thank everyone. And if I miss anyone, then it's the old saying, blame it on my head, not my heart. But now it's about time that I must depart. My name is Jason Frisbee. Jay Frizz is what they call me.
My name is Lady V the Poet, and I'm an advocate for quality creative expression. This poem is titled Expression. Spotlights of vibrant color are washing over me. I am feeling the brilliance of multicolored streams and oceans of light. My hands are trembling. They're overwhelmed with unrestrained emotion. I just can't sit still. I want to move, but I'm frozen. I want to yell, but my voice is taken. I want to stand up and be shaken, just scream to let y'all hear me. Do you? Can you? Will you? Listen? I can be strong when I have to, yeah. I can let the colors change from deep ocean blue to fire engine red and nod and shake my head like all the attitude bubbling up inside my brain is what I'm all about. But will y'all hear me? If I yell just to be yelling, or sing just because everyone else is singing, or throw paper on the ground or speak foul language, oh man, when I lose the uniqueness that is inherently me. Won't I be put into the mold of everything tired and old and locked away into your forgotten experiences? You can't fear the senses that are heightened when you realize the difference between just going through the motions and giving birth to a poetic spoken word creation. Giving each syllable an interval of feeling to make it run off the page into the mind that dares to entertain it. Let me frame this runaway train. Let me contain this stream of consciousness. It's obvious that I understand. But can I stand up here and make y'all understand is the question and the goal. Can you see the fractured soul that these words burst out from to give a glimpse of sparkling daylight? The sight of me to be anything but free to say these words creatively would be a shame and a disgrace to the art. It should be a rule in spoken word school to start to tear apart each poem after it's said, which to force a satisfied head to come up with a brand new idea. Move away from the comfortable. Say something you're not sure you'll get a response to. What's worse, to have to deal with the silence of a quiet audience, or let your expression become the answer to each and every question? You can stretch and bend your thoughts to get hand claps, daps, and praises, throw in some plagiarized hip-hop phrases, and yell and cry to put on a show. But even if the words you wrote were the exact words you should have spoke, the message from what you're saying still needs to be heard.
My name is Infrared, and I have been blessed with the opportunity to use my gift for spoken word to uplift and encourage. The name of this piece is called Double Dutch. Life like double dutch. Watch the rope. Life like double dutch. Watch the rope. Time your jump. Life like double dutch. Watch the rope. Time your jump. Duck your head. Run into the fire. Find the floor of the ropes. Find the floor of your life. Watch the rope as it goes around you, but don't get distracted by things that are going on around you. Stay focused, multitask. Even when the rope hits you in the head, the rope will hit you in the head. You have to stop and start over. Stop and start over. Stop and start over. Watch the people turning the rope. So-called friends, hands extended outward, trying to use the rope to clip you up at your feet. Watch the people you associate with. Listen more than you speak, and if you are like me and you talk too much, make people listen. Sometimes you have to close your eyes, blind behind ambition. Sometimes you can't kick your feet up high to keep up. Sometimes you can't kick your feet up high to keep up with the joy that you feel. When life is good, life is good. Enjoy your time in the clouds. Celebrate the little things, but remember, stay focused. Watch the rope. Turn around. Watch the other side. Make it look easy. Some people make double dutch look easy. They smile with every turn. But you can be assured there's something behind every smile. There are probably 1,000 tears, but tears aren't always a sign of weakness. Sometimes they just mean the person who's been strong too long. You will feel like you've been playing double dutch too long. You will get tired. You will get angry. You will wonder why in the hell you jumped in the first place with every turn. Remember your purpose. Life like double dutch. Life like double dutch. Life like double dutch. Wasn't it easier when all we had to do was play double dutch, hopscotch, kick square, four square, dodgeball, climb trees, jungle gym, cartoons, Heathcliff, Garfield, Donald Duck, Bugs Bunny, nap time? I remember when the hardest question in my life is what is 172 divided by 4? 9 dividing credit card and card note payments by a bi-weekly check, and all the time the math don't add up. 9 on one end, 5 on the other. Got you jumping up and down for a job you don't like and a boss you can't stand. And the repo man is around the corner, and he's playing double dutch too. True story. Waiting on you to park your 1997 Acura 2.5 TL in the driveway and go inside the house so you play double dutch too. And hide your car at your auntie's house in the next county. I'm not afraid to admit it. I have been there. I don't make life happen all the time. Sometimes I let life happen to me. Sometimes I'm jumping and I fall and I be like, forget all this jumping. I'm going to stay down here for a little while. But one cannot consent to creep when one feels the urge to soar, and I jump rope. Rise over problems every day, and I don't smoke, but I'm trying to be the Dutch master, and you will cry. And there are times when you will cry and you will know why. And there are times when you will cry for no other reason than the fact that you feel like it. Look, life like double dutch, I'm with it in, let it out. Life like double dutch, get some tissue, dry it out. Life like double dutch, tears in your eyes. You can't see. The rope hits the ground in a pattern. What are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Opinions on the sideline? You should jump higher. You should jump faster. You should jump slower. You should jump lower. But the minute you let opinions determine how you jump, you will fall on your face. Letting the opinions of others determine how you feel about yourself will make you fall on your face. Face yourself. If the pattern of the rope speeds up, hell, you jump faster. When was the last time life asked you if you needed a break? Life like double dutch. Life like double dutch. Life like double dutch. Watch the rope. Time your jump. Duck your head. Run into the fire. Keep jumping. Keep jumping. Keep jumping.
Allow me to introduce myself as I attract attention to my pack, communicating to domestic dogs where smaller mammals lack. Confrontational in my stance, I am Grande of great significance. I am a romance language, Not comparable, yet comparable to major. Against me, you should never take a risk, make a stake or wager. Consider one of the most fearsome, a great influential person, or causing fear, dread, and terror when I get near some. Sending a territorial message. I'm beautiful yet full of knowledge. Feeling sincere, respect my image. Your hate is sparked by my success voltage. I sociably cooperate upon my prey. They wonder how I am so majestic when the world says I shouldn't be this way. Want to banish me to an extinction. Fill my head with this what is supposed to be sexy poison. You never shoot me down with your stereotypes. Regardless of your views, to many, I'm a magnificent sight. Trust when I say men dream of me every night. It is natural that you should fear. This beautiful plus-size poet is taking over the southern hemisphere. Do not be fooled by lies. I am not insecure about my size. Plenty of men want me because of this great quantity. When women see my confidence, they don't understand, and that is understood. But they begin to remind me of Little Red Riding Hood. They say, Grande, what big arms you have. Better to wrap around your man, my dear. Oh yes, I make him smile. They say, Grande, what big legs you have. Better to walk miles with my child. Your ignorance and insecurities provide this wolf dinner. I am not intimidated by those who are thinner. By scales, knowledge, and beauty, I outweigh. This is not a front that I portray. No matter your dismay, I am mated with destiny, breeding daily so that my presence can stay. In the end, I will make these wolves cry, Grande. Emerging from the murky bottom of the pond, cold treatments and put-downs they could have won. Overcame the lowest, darkest of lows. An exquisite flower bloomed despite dirt and life's blows. I remained untouched by all of the mud from the environment of which I grew. A plus-size inspiration that is so true. Just like the lotus flower, bringing beauty and light. Embodiment of perfection, pleasing your sight. Truly of sinuous fiber. Day to day, my future gets brighter. Never thought I'd be admired because of my diameter. And now, that very thing has made me spectacular. The aura of morning dew from the heaven above. A miracle of beauty, a golden lotus to love. Nothing less than grace and poise seen in observations. Tearing down all stereotypes and all of these false perceptions. My stock appears easily to bend, but I will not break. When you speak ill of me, I then know I put your self-esteem at stake. Since you have seen this lotus grow, you will never forget. I am as finesse as it opens for 3 days, petals fall silently into the water and sit. I make ripples across the world, taking this stance for women, teenagers, down to the ridiculed little girl. I will not stop until my mission is complete. So all you naysayers, you can have a seat. My will shall be done. When I wake in the morning, my push and dry comes to my father and son. I speak with volumes of power so that I leave you stunned. I cannot shut down this movement inside of me, because these young babies coming up are depending on me. Teenage girls are looking up to me. I want when they look in the mirror, they love the woman they see. No matter a size 3 or 30. No matter what size, you can be where you want to be. Because in the end, oh yeah, you're going to have to salute me.
Poets. This hour we're featuring a local poet artist from Columbus, Georgia. Allow me to introduce to you the fabulous Grandad.
Hi.
I love that name.
Thank you.
So tell me, what is the name of the poem you just recite for us?
The poem I just did, it was a combination of two poems. The first one is The Wolf Cried Grande, and the second poem is called Plus Size Woman Enlightenment.
And you just brought those two
I
together.
merged them together. They complemented each other. So.
That is fabulous. So tell me, how long have you been doing poetry?
I've been doing poetry since I was about 8. Yeah, I started, like Dr. Seuss, how he rhymed with the cat in the hat. So I just started rhyming how I felt. And later on I found out it was poetry and it just grew.
So how long have you been showing your poetry? How long have you been reciting in front of artists?
I got heavy into reciting it in 2011. And after that, I went to open mic. And after that, it was just stage after stage. It was a blessing, just doors just start opening up.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So who inspires you? Who is your favorite poet?
My favorite poets so many. Nikki Giovanni, the late Maya Angelou, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, so many.
So tell me, are you going to be recording any of your poetry anytime soon?
Well, I have 2 CDs out now. My first CD came out January of 2013. It's called Memoirs of Sultry Poetess. And I just released my second album this year in January called Evolve. So I'm getting ready to start working on the third album.
Well, it seems so. We'll be looking forward to a release party.
I hope so. I hope to bring it to
Atlanta.
Yes, and the next album is going to be called The Writings on My Walls.
The Writings on My Walls. Now, when did you write this?
Well, I just started about a month ago, so I've been swimming in it kind of because it's so different being a poet than, like rappers. You give them a beat, they can go in the booth and make up some stuff, but when you're a poet, you get a beat and you just sit there and you swim in it, you meditate on it, so it's in the works.
Wonderful. So, I thank you ever so much for coming out today.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you
been
for having me.
such a pleasure.
Thank you. It was an honor. To be here.
Wonderful. So, now, I do have one other question, though, however.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a manager that we can keep in touch with?
I manage myself pretty much. Yeah, I've been blessed. I have a label that produces my album. But pretty much I book my own shows. I run everything myself. It's a one-woman show. It's hard work.
Oh, I forgot. It's Grande. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Hello, Atlanta. Let me introduce you to People TV, a place where you can take classes in television production, video editing, and so much more. This wonderful platform provides our community an opportunity to say what needs to be said and hear what needs to be heard. For more information, please visit us at www.peopletv.org.
Nicolay, and the name of this poem is My Love Poem. They want me to write a love poem, but love never lived here. Just lust-filled situations misconstrued with long-term relations, or was it just relations? See, those moments, the ones I so adore and have me spilling over my thoughts once again, feeling torn, but this is my love poem. We don't know the same love. We have never experienced love, the same warm, fuzzy feelings I get, our tear-streaked cheeks. Those I miss you, I love you thoughts occur with just me in mind. The long walks on the beach made me fall in love with nature, but for some reason, love, I can't erase you. Like I wrote you with my own pen and paper. I tried you in manuscript so understanding you wouldn't be so hard, but even that was harder than Braille. So I would just tell you how I felt. Now I get choked up if someone even mentions it. Feelings. Opening up to be read like a book or by my cover overlooked. I wanted to show him my brain and that I could, but that wasn't important. However, we did talk about other things. I confused this with bonding. The beginning, the foundation, the making of history when I was already his past. See, it do be fun for as long as it will last. Early mornings, even dusk, but never late nights. But don't feel sad, no need for the awes, nothing went wrong. This is my love poem. We went on dates and ate off each other's plates. We held hands in dirty dance. I just knew he was feeling me. However, I'd never met his mama and only waved at his daddy. I felt special sitting next to him in the back seat of his homeboy's caddy. They would pull up and blow the horn, but in my last situationship, I learned that was tacky. So now he would just call SMH. No, literally, shaking my head. Listen, he was paying the bills and telling me how he was compelled, but deep in my heart, I knew he wasn't the real deal. He was the storm before the calm. So nothing went wrong. This is my love poem. He called when he felt in my heart would melt, and y'all would never comprehend the love from this man. But maybe y'all can try to understand when I say he sculptured me the perfect man. Like through those days when I was standing in the rain waiting for him to open the door. Maybe it was the days that I was carrying groceries from the store. Or maybe it was how women leaned and lingered on his neck like chains. Or maybe it's just me, but I love from those pains. Maybe it's just me sleeping with pillows at night and placing one between my thighs. It may just be me, but he's the reason this poem cry. My tears are warm because they are tears of joy. Love taught me the difference between a man and a boy. And literally, I would shape Mr. Right from Mr. Wrong. So there's no need for your alls. Don't feel sad. Nothing went wrong. This is my love poem. And I'm Z. Nicolay. Thank you.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
I'm your hostess for today. I'm Tracy Carzell at Between Poets. And we're here talking today with four of some of Atlanta's premier spoken word artists. We have Infrared on the end. We have with us Felicity. We have Jason Frisbee, well known as Jay Frizz. And we have Lady V, the poet. And I am just so excited to have you guys here with me on today. We're just going to talk about some things. I really enjoyed what you did, your performances, and I hope that our audience will get a chance to see you live as I did. Okay? One of the things I wanted to talk about, one thing that all of you had in common, Felicity said something. She said in her poem, she was talking about love. And she said that's in her introduction, she was talking about that she's all about love. And I looked at all of you all's performances, and that's one of the things that you all have as a commonality, that you talk about love. What is this love thing that we're talking about? Are you talking about love between a man and a woman? Or are you talking about your relationship between, you and God? Or are you talking about filial love, with mankind? Where does that, where does love take you, Lady B?
I believe that when you talk about the love movement and just love in general, it's out of respect. It's like I respect other people's opinions. I make sure that even like the shows and things like that, it's like everybody has their own unique opinion, and I love and respect your opinion, and I value, the fact that you can have an opinion, I can have an opinion, and it's all good, it's all right. So when it comes to love, for me, it's like, allowing somebody to be who they are, just be you, and it's fine.
Okay, so where does that take you? If she says it's okay for you to be okay, that's what they used to say back in the day. It's okay, I'm okay, you're okay. Everybody used to be, everybody's okay. But some stuff, I'm not politically correct, but some stuff is not okay, even in the love aspect. Where do you fall into that?
Fall into the love aspect. Well, first off, for me, of course, God is love, so that's my example, who I follow, what I base my entire life upon. So knowing that that's where I'm getting all my inspiration and I'm getting my where I should be following, then it's only right that I have to live that out as well. So I'm trying to word it the best way.
You got to walk it out. How do you walk it out? You say you just follow that example, or are you following examples of other people? Go ahead.
No, definitely not other people. No, because other people are gonna let you down, unfortunately. So that's the only one that I can follow. But as far as where I would fit into that is just encouragement, I guess, for other people, because a lot of us don't really hear it that often. I don't believe, at least. Not enough times we hear the good sides about us. A woman I spoke to before told me the world is going to point out all of your negatives, so you just focus on your positives. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, that's been a mind state that I've had for the last however many years after all the struggles I've been through.
Okay, what about you?
Well, love for me, I guess, would be for, mankind. I come from a place where I didn't have love in my life for a very long time. And so when I grew as a person, and came to love myself first, I just want to be, inspiring, encouraging, uplifting, because the world we live in can be an ugly place, and a lot of people are hurting. So it's my mission, whatever I do, to touch somebody's life in some way and let them know that I genuinely love you and I care for your well-being and I want to see you happy, So my thing is just spreading love and, being contagious. And that's what I live by.
Well, Infrared, in your poem that you just performed, one of the things you said, life like double dutch, watch the rope, stay focused. You said the rope will hit you in the head. Now, I know we're talking about love, okay? That's love. Being able to tell somebody what's going to happen, what to expect. And that's where I see the love in, even though this is only one part of, or one work that I've heard you do, I think that's part of the love that comes out in your performance. What do you think about that?
I was raised in a very loving environment, and I was really taught the importance of not only loving the people around you, but loving yourself. And I believe that we are love. We are products of love. We are here out of love. You go to churches and you hear these pastors about, we were created in sin, and we need to focus on the fact that we were created in love, and love is the reason that we're here. And because of that, I think we have a responsibility to spread that love around and to give that love to other people, to encourage them, to motivate them, to inspire them through whatever gifts we have. And so my gift is spoken word, and I truly believe that if we are all able to walk in love and focus on that love aspect, then we can be better people, and the world can be a better place. All that cheesy stuff. But, there needs to be a stronger focus on love. And I think one of the biggest things that's missing in the world today is that love and that just respect for other people aspect. From from everything, from driving on the highway and using your signal light and being courteous to people in line, all of that stuff.
I will say about driving on the highway, I'm sorry if y'all meet me in traffic one day. I'm the slow lady in the slow lane.
As long as you're in the slow lane, that's fine.
So you should love me.
Right.
And just go around. But I will say one of the things that you said about being responsible, and I say from when I've read about each of you, you all in the spoken word community, you all work together, and there's a organization that Felicity has, and the organization is called the Love Movement. The Love Movement, and all 4 of you are members of it. Tell me a little bit about it.
Like I said, it was just something that I started a long time ago. One of my love languages is cooking. I love cooking. So, like I said, coming from a not so happy past, I just know what it's like to smile and you're really dying on the inside. All smiles don't mean happy. Mm-hmm. Like I said, people are hurting. And so I wanted to do something to give back. So I started cooking and, going around. I don't say homeless. I say temporarily displaced because it's power in your words. And so once I got on the scene with the art community, I reached out to a lot of my fellow artists and everybody came together. So we as artists, we do feedings. Like I said, when a lot of times when we're doing feedings, we do haircuts, we do women's hair, we do braids, we do clothing drives, and then even when we're not together, everybody just pays it forward. It's just pretty much a pay it forward situation.
That's great. So Lady V, you also work with the community and you provide workshops and so forth. Tell us a little bit about what it is that you do, being responsible.
Well, in the creative writing workshops, it's so amazing to me because people will say, well, yeah, I write a little bit or whatever, but I haven't performed in years. I haven't written anything in 20 years or whatever. You just brought a spark out of me. And so it's just kind of like, a lot of people, they have a lot of stories, a lot of, journals and stuff they've been writing in, but they're kind of afraid to bring it out or whatnot, and it's locked up in them. And so with the creative writing workshops, I invite, youth from like 10 on up to bring their work and to even write on the spot. We have writing prompts that they can choose a topic or whatnot, and we spend like 15 minutes just writing there on the spot. And when they share it, it's like, oh man, this isn't so bad, and they get to like hear other people reading their work and writing, so it's kind of like a release for them. So I really like with the creative writing workshops, making people realize that it's okay to express yourself and nobody's going to throw rocks at them or tomatoes.
Well, they might. So what happens if they do? Does life go on? I'm serious.
Yes, it does.
Life goes on.
Does.
It's just like Infrared said. He said, one of the things that you impressed upon me the most is when you were talking about the double dutch. I was ready. You know how you get ready to jump in?
Yes.
You got to prepare.
That's
the thing that it does for us. Mm-hmm. It makes us prepare. Your responsibility to me is to help me prepare. Your responsibility to the community is to help them prepare so that we don't hit our head. You said duck. I know you thought I wasn't listening. You said duck. And when you get to a certain place, after you prepare to jump in, there's going to be a bunch of times that you jump in and trip. Lady V's had some, Felicity's had some experience in her past where she said, she wasn't loved or she was abused. Jay Frisk said, same thing. He said he had some depression that he had to overcome. Talk about that for me a minute, Jay, and tell me how you overcame that so that you could help somebody else, so that they don't bump the head and that they learn how to duck.
I think one of the biggest influences was a change of scenery for me. I used to live in South Jersey, and when I came to Atlanta, the very first night that I performed, Infrared was the host of the show.
Wow.
And even though I bombed my way through that one, but I completely
choked. You hit your head on the
something happened to me on that performance. But I got to hear so many other incredible people, and that started bringing out more of my positive messages, more than I've ever done before. People like Felicity and Lady V are incredible inspirations to me, and like just being around so many other people, I just see positivity all around, and that's something that I was not accustomed to being up north. So it's been brought out by everyone else, and I'm just thankful for all of that.
Well, that's good. So why do you? So you have to now, like I heard one of you say, pay it forward.
Oh, right.
You have to now pay it forward. We're just not. One thing I always say to people, and this is my opinion, but it's still the truth. We're responsible one for the other.
Yes.
Even if you, whatever it is that you do, you're responsible for that person, so that the person behind you doesn't stumble on what you've done. I'm responsible for you guys. I have to do better so that you can do better. And since you all are doing better, there's somebody that's going to see you on the show and they're going to be like, hey, I want to be like him. I want to be like him. I want to be like her. I want to be like her. Why? It's because you're being responsible and you're taking what you overcame and you're showing them how to overcome as well. Yes, sir.
There's a lot of people that I've dealt with through my lifetime. And I can see in them that they're going through a lot of the same things that I was going through and feeling a lot of the same feelings. And people that are really close to me have been pretty much on the edge. And I've been able to help talk them down, things like that. And I've put up messages on Facebook, whether it's just quotes or like pieces of my poems, things like that. And from people who have literally told me, your words help to get me to the next day. So just hearing things like that and, releasing what I'm feeling and telling people that other people have gone through this and they've overcome and made something positive, I'm able to take those thoughts and then, that's what keeps me moving forward. So, it's great that I can be in position in order to help the next person because, we all need that.
Well, let's take it down a little bit. I'm going to ask each of you an individual question, something that I heard either or read it from your bio. But I want you to think about it and I want you to comment on it for me. Lady V, in your piece that you performed, you said your voice is frozen. And I want to know from you, why is your voice frozen? Okay? Give me a second. I'm going to go around and I'm going to come back to you. Why is your voice frozen? And as far as Felicity, you said in your poem, My Sisters, you talked about just the generalness of the poem. I picked up there was a lot of abuse. And I wanted to ask you, why is abuse so important a concern of yours? Okay? And how, if you were able to overcome it, what is it that you're doing to promote self-love? Okay? And also for Infrared, you talked about, like I said, bumping your head. And how can we avoid it? You're a black man in today's society when we got all kind of foolishness and folderol. That's what I call it.
Foolishness and what?
Foolishness and folderol. It's all going on.
Like that.
It's a real word. Folderal. I'm sorry, OL. I'm sorry. It looks like folder. It's folderol.
Okay.
And but there's all kind of foolishness and stuff going on. But as a black man, how do you help us avoid it? And how do you avoid it? And for you, the same thing. Jay Frisch, we were talking about earlier in the back. We were talking about Arthur Benjamin Miles. He is what is it?
His initials are ABM, Angry Black Man.
Angry Black Man. And I want you to address that. So here we are back with Lady V. Okay? Tell me, why is your voice frozen? Or has it thawed now?
My voice is definitely thawed out now. I wrote that piece a long time ago when I was living in Augusta, and I felt like my voice was frozen because people weren't opening doors for me. It's like I was waiting around for, the HBO Deaf Poet to say, it's okay for you to do this. And it's like after a while, I maybe, prayed about it. I set myself free to know that I don't have to wait for somebody else to open the door for me. I can do it myself. So now that my voice is thawed out, I'm so happy to know that I don't have to wait for so-and-so to give me permission to do the type of things that I would, want to do to spread the word out there and to provide stages for other people. It's like, you got your opportunities. Let me stop being frozen and just take that step and go ahead and do it.
Very good. What about you, Jay?
So you were saying, as far as how to survive being a black man today?
Angry black man.
That's only
your alter ego.
That's only a piece of me that only comes out every once in a while, but that stays down for the most part. But I just try to be the best example that I can be, and not, and give my parents something to be proud of. Because as great as they've always been to me and in my life, I could not let myself be a bad reflection upon them. And I think if more of the younger generation, kept their guided, the people who have guided them all their life, if they kept them more in mind and realized the reflection that they were being on them, I think that would be a great help in this society. And that's what I've always done.
Okay, what about you?
Okay, so you had a two-part question for me.
Yeah.
Well, abuse. You were saying abuse. Why?
I said, why is abuse so important and concern of yours?
Because I lived it for 15 years of my life. And with that being said, what I'm doing is, now that I'm out of that place in my life, I'm out here inspiring other people, first of all, to love themselves, know that, they're worthy, that, we all deserve to be happy in this life. And so I'm always, doing inspirational pieces, positive pieces. I'm always pouring into people. I'm mentoring to people. I'm on the phone for hours with women, sometimes texting, emailing, just pouring into people, because I think that if you love yourself, you wouldn't put yourself in those situations. And a lot of people, seem to think, they'll be like, oh, this woman, because I know people did it to me. Oh, she's so stupid, she this, she that. But you don't know where I came from. And oftentimes when you don't love yourself, you accept that type of behavior. So it's right. You think it's normal, but it's not. So it's like when you learn to love yourself, you'll set those limits. You'll know what you're worth and, what you deserve and don't deserve. And so I just live my life spreading love. That's just what I do.
That's cool. Come on, sir, talk to me.
With us, particularly with me being a black man, I think what we often forget, we live in a very very self-indulged, self-promoting society at the time now. Everything is selfies and me and selfie sticks and all that stuff. But I think what we often forget is that we're responsible for each other. People love to say, oh, well, it's lonely at the top. It's lonely at the top. Well, if you are lonely at the top, then it's because you ain't sitting the elevator down to bring somebody else up with you. And for me as a black man, it's important for me to remember that I need to take other black men with me. I need to encourage other black men. I need to encourage all the people that are around me that to do better, to walk in love, to be better people, that kind of thing. So I think for me, it all goes back to what you said, being responsible for each other and uplifting each other and encouraging each other when we can.
Listen, I am so glad that you guys came out to sit with me and talk to me, just little old me. We're here with Lady V, who's the author of Imagination Overload. And we're with Jason Frisbee, well known as Jay Frisk, with Awakening the Dream and a book called My Heart Through My Hands. We're here with Felicity Love of the Love Movement. Yep. And we're with Infrared, who is an actor and a spoken artist and a host extraordinaire. I love you guys. I thank you all for coming out today. Look for us again on the next Between Poets. We love you, and we'll see you later.